Good morning over here on stateside and good afternoon over the pond. We coming to you Red Zone in the UK pregame show on a Monday morning. It's not Sunday morning. It is Monday morning over here, afternoon over there. Scouse, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How's things with you, mate?
Yeah, everything's doing good, man. Everything's doing good. I guess we was what 1 for 3 for hate watching yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
that's true, man. That's true. Shame that the Saints let us down a little bit there, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it gave us some tape to watch, gave us some confidence in some of the teams that we're going to be playing. So definitely looking forward to it. We're not gonna be with you all too long on this Monday, this NFL Monday night football. So far today, the game is going to be in Cincinnati. The Monday night football. It looks like it's gonna be pretty fair. The weather looks good in the 60s. So that's encouraging. Let me see what it's
Nice.
gonna look like around game time. Um, yeah, around 70 degrees. So that looks good, and I think it's also a double header. I think our game comes on at 8:15, I think, and I think the Buffalo game comes on at 7:30, something like that. So, that's what we're looking like tonight. So it is a double header. I don't know which one is the national televised game. That's going to be everywhere. That's probably the Buffalo
It's probably
game.
going
I'm
to be
not sure.
Buffalo, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's probably what it's going to be.
The
All right,
disrespect is still here. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right, right. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with key matchups. What you got, Scouts?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest one's going to be Jamar Chase up against whoever the corner is. If
Whoever
if
the corner
if,
is,
um,
right?
if it's going to be Saint Ghost, then that's fine. But Saint Ghost's going to have to travel because I think Chase will move around a lot.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, man, I think that's a huge one. I mean, fair play to Saint Ghost last week. He was actually very good. Probably his
yeah.
best game he's had for us in 3 years that he's been here.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping that he can still continue that trend. But when you're taking on a guy like Chase, it's a different level, man. It really is a different level. So yeah, we'll have to see. But I think we're going to lose that matchup big time.
Yeah. Um, to add on that, you got T. Higgins coming back,
Mm.
his first game back, but he does have a hamstring, so he may be on a pitch count. His first game back, so we'll see. But if he's anywhere close to 75%, it's going to be a problem with our secondary. And you got Joe Burrow, one of the most accurate quarterbacks. Um, so just to see, and he looks healthy, right? It looks like that hand is fine. So that's definitely going to be one of the key matchups on today. And one of mine is the interior on both sides. Can we be dominant on the defensive line on the interior? Can we be dominant? Can we get pressure on Joe Burrow? Because we're going to have to hit Joe Burrow. We're going to have to hit him. And on the flip side, can we take advantage of their weak defensive interior? Can we run the ball on them? Can we run the ball effectively? I think they got a few guys out. I think BJ Hill was questionable. I guess we'll know more about that closer to the game to see if he's going to play on that. But that's going to be key if we can take advantage of that interior, Scouts.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, even Joe Witt called out Payne and Allen as well. So,
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting because, obviously they've been called out, but also on the flip side, Cincinnati just ended up losing that game last week by, I think it was a poor call on the pass interference
mm-hmm.
against the Kansas City Chiefs last week, that cost them the game. Um, they're gonna be hot for this game. If that makes sense. They're gonna be very motivated, and I think yeah, it's gonna be an interesting battle, that one. To be fair.
Yeah. I mean, the Ravens won, the Steelers won. They're 0-2. They cannot go down 0-3. I don't think they're going to look past us. They're not going to take us lightly. They're going to come out as if they should, as if the season is definitely on the line. Good morning, Smoke. How you doing, sir? And it's good morning. Scouts, what about some keys to victory? How can we pull this off?
I think the biggest one is to actually keep Joe Burrow off the field.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to keep the ball. We're going to have to run the ball well. I think from what we've seen from the first couple of games from us, I think a similar type of game plan, the short passing game, some screens. Hopefully, the screens will work a bit better this time.
Mm-hmm.
Last week it was pretty poor, but short passing game, keep the ball, run the ball effectively with both guys, and then basically time possession, keep the ball, keep these guys off the field, keep their offense off the field.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably the best way of actually us. Because I think if we go into a shootout with these guys, I don't think Jaden's ready for that yet.
Right.
So I think, from our angle, keep the ball, no turnovers like we've been doing, short passing game, lots of running the ball.
And speaking of Jay, this is right the battle of the Heisman's, right?
Mm.
The battle of the LSU Heisman's. Jaden had mentioned, it was kind of a challenge coming in after Joe Burrow at LSU, right? So we have that whole angle, right? So that's definitely going to be something to watch. Look out for. But can they get these wide receivers involved? That's going to be key for us, is if we can connect on some deep passes. Are we going to take some shots? Because I know we want to run the ball. We want to control time of possession, right? And a lot of the fans, we go back to the Eagles game on Monday night, ironically, where we were able to do that. But even in that game, it seems like every time the Eagles did get the ball, they walked us down the field. So we're going to have to put some points up on the board. We're going to have to score quick a couple times just to let them know that this is not going to be an easy game. But before we go forward, where are you with the what? Because something Trail, I don't know if you know Trail. One of the things he said last week that had me thinking for like a whole day. What if this team and this scheme is built around the quarterback and not a number one wide receiver?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the moment, I think it is. I think it is evolved around Jaden. You can see the progression of the play call, and it's all like very easily quick passing. The easy stuff that to try and get a young quarterback comfortable, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second game, they did a little bit more. Now they included some intermediate routes. See what I mean? And it's kind of slowly progressing like that. I think that's what they're doing. I think they've really like simplified the playbook at the start and then
Mm-hmm.
gradually increasing it as we go along. So you never know. You
Mm-hmm.
might see some deep shots this time around, but I can't see us doing too many unless we're in a shootout. Where he has to do it. But yeah, man. I think that's what Kingsbury's doing. I think it is about kind of say developing the quarterback, making sure that we don't ruin his confidence. We don't do what Bieniemy did to Sam Howell, just throw him out there for the Wolves to eat him. So I think that's a very good point actually from that guy.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So like one of my, and everyone that's watching, definitely appreciate you, Juan. We see you, Juan. I think Juan is en route to Cincy. Glenn, what it do? I just put in the chat the channel for the actual Red Zone DC Media link on YouTube. A lot of people might have the Red Zone in the lab, but this is the Red Zone DC Media, where Red Zone in the UK is going to be homed for this season.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So like, I'm very interested to see what Noah Brown looks like. With another week, I'm definitely looking to see what he's going to look like. I think he's going to benefit if he can, do some of the things that he did last week, or was it just the defense wasn't able, or the defense didn't game plan for him, right? So, but I definitely think if he can be that player, that is something Terry has never had, right? A 6'3", 6'4" guy that can run, that is a technician at route running, that can be a big target. So that's definitely going to be something to watch on tonight, Scouse.
Oh, 100%. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. As he had what was it, 3 catches, was it last week, for like 60 yards or 50 yards, something
Yeah,
like that. So,
58. Yep.
really, really good. As I said, I think you're right there with what they were saying with didn't really game plan for him. Was he good? Didn't get he wasn't going to get many snaps, those type of things, and
Mm-hmm.
he didn't. But as I say, I think you're right. I think he is genuine. If once he knows the playbook down perfectly, I think he will definitely be that wide receiver too. That will kind of open things up even for Terry as well. So
Mm-hmm.
you've seen him live. I mean, I went there last week and saw him live, and he's a really big dude. You don't expect him to be that big.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
like, wow, this guy's massive, and saying he's such a good route runner as well. And you're
Yeah.
thinking, wow, okay, this guy's got some traits here that we could really utilize. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do.
What's up, A Dot? Yes, is game day. Knockout player for Cincinnati. Give me a couple knockout players.
Oh, I mean, it's so easy to pick. I mean, you got Jamar Chase, you've got Joe Burrow. I mean, it's difficult, man. I mean, I'm just going to stick with the easy ones, to be honest with you, mate.
Mm-hmm.
You might know more about some extras, but yeah, man. I mean, they've got a good side, man. I know they've lost like the first 2 games, but they have got a good side. Hendrickson's an absolute beast. So
Yep.
yeah, we've got to look out for Hendrickson. So yeah, man. I mean, it's just they're my 3 really easy one.
And to your point about Hendrickson, like it seems that he's overlooked in national conversations, right? He's overlooked in national conversations. But he has the measurables. He has the numbers. And I think he has the quickest acceleration off the line of any edge rusher in the league. It's like a ridiculous number, like 0.63 or something like that. What I saw last week, which is a ridiculous number. And we have the whole Lucas and Coleman thing going on over there. Like, they're still back and forth.
Don't
Coleman
forget
looks okay.
Don't forget Turnstile Wiley as well. So
Yeah. But I'm see. Hopefully, yeah. So we'll see. It just doesn't seem they move Hendrickson around too much, but who knows? They might switch some things up.
I mean, every time I watch Cincy, he is a disruptor. He
Yeah,
really is.
he definitely is. He definitely is. So we just gotta, chip. Try to chip. We want to throw the ball, run at him to try to wear him down. Double him, especially when they're kind of weak in the interior. Just do as much as we can. Jaden get the ball out quick. I think we're going to see a lot of screens to him. I think some of the fans are upset, but the Bengals don't tackle very well. They don't tackle very well in the secondary. In the teams that they've played, the Chiefs and the Patriots were able to set up a lot of different wide receiver screens to be able to get upfield. So I definitely think we're going to see some more of those from us. But yeah, to add on your knockout players, I definitely add Hendrickson on there for sure. And of course the obvious ones, like you pointed out. What about for us? Some spotlight players for us that we may not be thinking too highly on to help us win this game that might come out of nowhere.
I mean, I think Frankie Louvu is going to have a game. And I'm thinking about passing, like rushing the passer more than anything else. As we know, we don't have great ends. We really don't. So, we need some real pass rush. We really do. We need to stop. We need to get into Burrow's face fast, especially interior. If we can get in the interior, we'll be happy days because it'll help St. Ghost out and everything else.
St. Ghost is so funny.
Yeah, because he's never there. He's like a ghost, never there. But again, it's one of them for me. It's can Louvu get real pressure on him? Can we get some sacks? That's one thing we've not done, and also turnovers. We've not done any turnovers at all yet in the first 2 games. Besides one, I think it's one, isn't it?
Yeah, we got from St. Ghost.
Yeah, St. Ghost punched it out, didn't he? Yeah. So, but I say he did have his best game last week. I'm not gonna lie, he did. But in general, yeah.
I think he dropped the pick in the first game. Was it the first game he dropped the pick?
Yeah,
Second game.
He tried to cut in front and then dropped it. Yeah.
That. So I put it's in the chat right above your first comment. That's the Red Zone DC Media channel. we're Red Zone in the UK, where we're going to be all season. We're going to be on that channel on YouTube. Yeah. So for me, a spotlight player, man. On the defensive side,
It's
we
difficult, isn't
really,
it, when you try and not pick the same guys over and over.
yeah. It really is. But I'm really looking at Louisville. Um, Louisville is OC. Like he's just like a missile, and he just flies up, and he's gonna hit you. He might wrap you up. He might not. And this is the reason why I think he led the league in missed tackles last year, because that's just what you're going to get for him, right? Like he's out there sparing people, like right, just like his Usos in WWE, right? He's out there sparing people. And, when you spare, you don't rap, right?
It's
So,
true.
but I want to see him dial up a few more for him. So for us, I'm on the defensive side, I'm gonna go with Frankie Louvu. And for the offensive side, yeah, I'm gonna go with the new guy and Noah Brown to see what he can do, to see if he can help us in the passing game.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
the offensive one probably B Rob, to be honest.
yeah,
But again, these are the usual guys we tend to pick every week. Let's say mentioned before, we got to run the ball well, and he's the head of that spear. So let's go. Let's see what he can do. Against a weaker interior. So let's see if he can actually still produce that kind of 100 plus yard game.
yeah. All right, predictions. Like I said, yeah, we weren't gonna be with you all too long this morning. What do
Oh,
you got?
Christie is not here, is he? Didn't show Christie out.
Yeah. Shao Christie. I think
He's unwell.
um
Yeah.
I'll put it in the oh, you know what? Hey, that my bad, because it's in the is in the YouTube portion. Hold on, let me get this. Go ahead. Yeah. Christian is out. Wasn't feeling well, so definitely want to pray for a speedy recovery. Prediction, Scouse. What you got?
Scouse, yeah. I mean, I think we lose, unfortunately. We're never good on prime time anyway. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm.
Hard know what to do regime might change, but at this moment, I think we still lose, and I think we lose by 10. I really do. So 27-17, I'd say.
Yeah, I think I had I just tagged you on Twitter that I think I had 20. I was trying to find it. 24-17, I believe. For the Bengals. Yes, for the Bengals. Do you see any path to us winning? Like watching their game, watching the tape from their game last week. There definitely is a path, right?
Well, they're
Like there.
beatable. We lost the first two games. I mean, they're definitely beatable. It's just, um, it's just kind of like how do you do it? You know, obviously Kansas City do it differently. They've got Mahomes; they can rely on that type of guy to make plays out of the blue.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say Jaden's at that level just yet. You never know; he might be in a couple of years. Who knows? But for now, it's kind of like, well, you don't want to rely on Jaden throwing or doing some ridiculous plays to try and get the win.
Right.
You can't rely on that. So it's kind of like I say for me, the path is. I think the best path is keep Burrow off the field. I think if you can do that,
Mhm.
then you've got a chance. You really do. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah, that's true. I had
Especially with our defense,
26-17.
it's all over the gaff, isn't it? Let's face it. So,
Yeah, I had 26-17. This was kind of pre. I think I watched the tape once before I gave this score.
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely see a path of us winning. Right, it's like we're going in there. I think last time I looked, they were favored by like 7.5 points, which I
Hmm.
think is ridiculous. But you do get 3 points usually for being at home. You know, even though we put up a lot of field goals, but I think we're able to move the football. I think we punted twice the first game, and then punted all the second game. So that's telling me that we are able to move the football. Rather it's Jaden's arm, Jaden legs, or B. Robert Eckler running the football. We just got to put points up on the board.
Yeah, we got to turn those field goals into touchdowns. Definitely, we got to be
Yeah.
more solid in the red zone. You're looking at kind of how many penalties we had, pre-snap penalties in the red zone last week was insane. I think it was like 5. I think it was 5 penalties in the red zone, which killed all our drives. Hence the reason why we had to go for field goals.
And I think we had 2 around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, yes. Like, come
that
on,
pushed us back.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially, I mean, Cosme had a bad game for that side of things. I think he had 3 penalties himself, false starts. Just on his own. I was like, mate, come on, lad, you got your bag. Come on, step up now. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think you're right. We're moving the ball nicely between the 20s. It's when we get to the red zone, we need to really step up the game right there.
For sure.
But again, we have to be basically 100% ruthless when we're in there. When we got to hit, every time we're in the red zone, we got to hit touchdowns. We can't afford to mess about with field goals against these.
Yeah, we definitely got to put points up on the board. I'm on Riri. How are you? Yeah, we definitely got to put points up on the board. So hopefully we're able to do that. Riri. Anyone else in the chat before we get out of here? It's a short show. Want to give some spotlight players or some keys to win, so we can talk about them real quick before we get out of here. Spotlight players, JD. We have to score touchdowns. Yep, same thing. We have to score touchdowns. We got to put 6 on the board and then field goal, right? Because our corners have shown that they give up chunks at a time, right? The offense is able to get down the field pretty quickly. So when we have those opportunities to score touchdowns, we have to score touchdowns. Louisville has to be more aggressive. And no penalties in the red zone. Exactly, no penalties in the red zone. Louisville has to be more aggressive. He has to be more controlled, aggressive for the most part. But what do you think about Chen? Okay. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do they take snaps away from Chen, and should they take snaps away from Chen?
Well, from the first 2 games, you would. You would take them. Yes, he hasn't played well at all. And between him, I love Sanistril, but he's not producing either at the moment. I know he's still trying to get used to the NFL speed and whatever, but it's kind of like Chin's like meant to be the true leader on the secondary. Really, to be honest, he's the most experienced guy we've got, especially at safety. And yeah, he's getting burnt toast after time. So I'm not too impressed at the moment with Chin. And I was really excited about him when we first got him. I thought, oh yeah, this guy can play both, free and strong at a good level. And he's not doing it at the moment. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing some snaps taken away.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yep, and ADOT says Jamin Davis. Yeah, that's I think Furrow was out last week, and he wasn't active. So we definitely, because nobody. I don't know what happened to Dorrance Armstrong. Like I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is. I just don't know. Like I haven't heard his name at all. I don't know, man. So
I pay big money for this dude. Come on, lad, what are you? Yeah,
exactly. I don't know, man. And Chen, man, I'd be surprised if they don't take some of his snaps and give some to maybe Tyler Owens. I know a lot of people wanted Defoe, but Defoe was inactive last week.
Is he available, Tyler Owens?
He played. He played special teams and he played. Yeah, he was active last week. So we just got to see. Oh no, that's right. Furrow did have a sack last week because he has 2. I think he has the only 2 sacks on the whole team. That's right. Thanks, he did play last week.
Yeah, I thought Furrow had a sack. Yeah, the only sack we did.
Yeah.
But Javis was a healthy scratch.
Yeah,
wasn't
he? He was a healthy scratch.
Concerning, really.
Newton played, and he was a healthy scratch.
So it'll be interesting.
Was also a healthy scratch.
It'll be interesting if he actually does get a suited up again, because I know Newton's kind of like on this. He doesn't really train that much at the moment, and they're gradually increasing his workload. And and those type of things,
Yeah,
which is
I know they said they was going to increase his snap count. I know they said that. So I think he had like 14 last week. So
yeah. I think that, I
yeah,
mean, that's, I think the week before, I think that's what Jamin Davis actually had, was about 15 snaps.
yeah.
So,
And
and
that's
he,
odd because they play two different positions. So
yeah, which is weird, isn't it? Yeah, they play, but
yeah,
yeah, they kind of utilizing the same kind of snap count for those two different positions. It's a bit weird,
yeah,
um, but again, if Newton's ready to go again, I can't see Jamin Davis even suiting up.
yeah. But since Farrell is out,
Oh yeah,
I'm
Farrell's got to
thinking
probably go big.
he'll suit up. Hopefully he'll get Farrell snap Farrell whatever his name is.
I can't see him starting the game though. Can you be like being
Oh
yellow
no no
or
no no
being
no!
like,
I don't
you know,
think
starter?
he'll start. It's probably going to be Fowler and Armstrong starting. Uh, but yeah, it's
Yes,
probably
no,
gonna be them two starting.
does that scare you? If you were Joe Burrow, you thinking, yeah, I'm going up against Clean and Farrell. Oh no, he's out now. Oh, we've got Jamin Davis, and we've got you see what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I don't even know who these guys are. I mean
Mhm.
that's no way in hell is Burrow scared of any of our pass rush.
Yeah, no, not at all. We don't really we don't have a pass
Don't
rush.
have any. Yeah.
And the crazy is both of Farrell's sacks came off of Payne pressures, right? Payne moving a quarterback um off platform and Farrell was there to kind of clean up. So but I mean both of them, the first one he had and the second was off Payne pressures. Payne and I, the spotlight players, also synagogue combo. Yeah, man, like we gotta hold it down in the middle. They kind of weak up there, so get the ball out quick. Jaden opportunity to step up in the pocket to make some of those throws because those edges, whoo, I don't know. It's gonna be nasty,
Yeah,
boy. It's gonna be
and that's another
nasty.
reason why the corners are struggling, because we're getting no real rush on the pass. I mean, Daniel Jones had like a clean game. I don't think he got dirty.
Yeah,
That's how easy it was for Dan Jones. I know we
yeah,
won, but it's yeah,
yeah.
man. I mean, all he did was double team Allen and Payne, and that was the end. We
Yeah.
didn't have anything. So,
And they mostly double team and play side. So,
hmm,
those guys, they gotta work harder. You know, you gotta work harder. You're getting paid
especially
a
getting
lot
the
of
bag,
money
you get
to
the big
work
money.
hard.
You gotta step
Yeah.
up.
You
Yeah,
gotta
man.
show or you get shipped out. All right. I think that's about it. I know we gotta run. Scouse, you got any final comments?
I hope I'm wrong and we win.
Yeah.
I want to be pleasantly surprised later on. Well, for me, it's 1 o'clock and 1:15 in the morning for me when it kicks off.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
so painful for me. I'll be up until like 4 or 5 in the morning. Um,
Then you gotta get
but
right back up, right?
yeah, straight back into work straight after that for 8. But as long as, but I want to. It's all worth it if we win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
want to go for it, man.
yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure, for sure. All right, we definitely appreciate everyone out there for listening, for watching. Red Zone in the UK Monday morning, usually at Sunday mornings at 7 o'clock, but we ran the day on Monday morning. Shouts out to Scout, shouts out to Christian that wasn't able to join us today. He's a little under the weather. So definitely hope he gets better. For next week, we'll see you all. Well, for me, next week is going to be 4 o'clock, I think, because I'll be there. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so it's gonna be an early one on next week. But yeah, we definitely see you all. We thank you for your time, right? We know your time is very valuable. For you to spend some with us, we definitely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.